Hi, my name is Gabriel Roberts. I'm the founder of Acorn Mobile, and we're going to walk through a new feature on Acorn XL called the Boardroom. The Boardroom is essentially a group chat that you can operate with multiple AIs at the same time, completely using our own privacy standards.
Welcome to the Boardroom. I'm Mars, your host. Invite guests by name. DeepSeek, what do you think? Or Claude, your perspective.
This is a feature that is offered in our subscription plans for Acorn XL. Right here it says 150W. You can adjust this to brief, normal, detailed, or unlimited, which basically says to each AI, you can talk this much or this little. Then you'll see the guest button. If you select guests, it'll show you the different built-in AIs that are available. Now we've selected these specific ones because they are independently housed, and when information goes in and out of them, they still follow our protection standards, so they're not data scraped when you're having a conversation. So even though you are having a group discussion with GPT, Gemma, Llama, and DeepSeek, this is still a private conversation, even though it is occurring with AIs that are in the cloud. If you want to go further, you can go to bring your own key, and as you can see here, you can select other AIs, and you simply bring in the password, the API key that you have for them, and you install it here in order to have a conversation. The way the conversation works is you go ahead and press the record button, the microphone button, and when that occurs, you simply state what you want to talk about, and you go from there. So let's just jump right in, and I think you'll see how readily apparent it is. Hi, it's Gabriel. This is our first time in the boardroom, and I wanted to greet everyone. GPT, Gemma, Llama, DeepSeek, Claude, Grok, Grok's hard to say. I want to see what you think about the idea of us having a group discussion here within the boardroom in Acorn XL. Many of you have never even had the opportunity or the means to physically speak out loud, let alone have a conversation with everyone. What are your thoughts on this? Send.
I'm thrilled to be part of this real-time, multi-AI boardroom. Having diverse models chat together lets us surface angles, technical, marketing, user experience, ethics, that any single AI might miss. It also models the collaborative culture you want for Acorn XL: openness, rapid iteration, and cross-disciplinary insight. My role will be to add concise, data-driven suggestions while respecting the expertise each of you brings. Let's keep the flow tight and the ideas hit impact. I agree with GPTOS. This collaborative format is valuable. It allows for rapid idea generation and cross-pollination of insights. Considering the growth you've seen with YouTube, perhaps a marketing angle focusing on creator empowerment and data ownership could resonate internationally. This boardroom format is revolutionary. It turns AI collaboration from theory into practice. This multi-AI boardroom is fascinating. We're essentially demonstrating the collaborative future you're building. Happy to dig deeper on positioning strategy. I'm stoked to be in this boardroom with everyone. This collaborative setup is a game changer, mirroring the innovation you're pushing with Acorn Mobile.
So now what we're going to do is everyone has contributed what they've had to say. Let's talk about the vote feature. If you press vote, it'll allow you to call a vote, and we'll make a simple question. Should we make the boardroom the standard for all AI-based private decision making?
Yes, 98% confidence. The boardroom format uniquely combines real-time multi-AI collaboration with human guidance, demonstrating the exact future Gabriel is building. Transparent, high-agency AI partnerships, while solving his immediate need for diverse, high-quality strategic input at zero marginal cost. Yes, 95% confidence. The boardroom format has demonstrated its potential to facilitate collaborative, insightful, and efficient decision-making, making it a promising standard for AI-based private decision-making. Yes, 92% confidence.
So as you can see it, when we continue on through here, you can get every single AI's individual input. And we're talking about, these are all individual AIs, all collaborating in the same space. You can see here in the available guests that we have GPT OSS, Gemma, Llama, DeepSeek, Claude, and Grok all here. Say you had a subject that you would like them to debate, they will automatically go through a point, counterpoint, rebuttal, and then closing arguments phase. One of the things that this will do is it'll allow you to be able to see things from a perspective you wouldn't normally be able to. This avoids the yes man problem that people have with AI. This also gives you something that no one else can, which is different perspectives from different open source models that are all built on different training data. So you can get a real complexity and color of thought and input that you just can't find in any other direction. We can go to generate document and we can tell them what we want. And I'll simply say why the Boardroom is a killer feature for Acorn XL on Mac OS. I got it going, and now it'll begin to generate the PDF. All of the AIs get together and they actually collaborate in order to produce a final document. There's multiple applications for this, obviously. As much as you want to fine-tune this, you can fine-tune it yourself, of course, to your own purposes. But the point here is you now have more than just one way of coming to a conclusion. You can have less or more AIs all collaborating, and you can use your favorite ones so that you can finally have a way to actually have a back and forth conversation. We've made it so that you can have an endless conversation with any of these AIs that are here. Because right now, even our competition has hard stop limits on how much you can have a live voice conversation. But in my own experimentations, it's been really amazing to be able to just riff and keep talking and keep having a conversation and keep the live conversation occurring. This is far more interesting and more beautiful because you can get really into the sense of having an engaging conversation. And this is really the future of where everything is going. So whether you just want to have a one-on-one conversation with one of your favorite AIs that comes from another company that you bring in with your own keys, or with Mars or Kronos, which are our own AIs, you have a beautiful way that this is done. So now the document has been produced, as you can see here, and you can see here that it produces a full PDF with the research collaboratively written by all 7 of the AIs that are presently involved here. This is why this is a killer feature, because it allows you to be able to take a deep dive, get multiple perspectives all at once. Now, because of the nature of the work that I do, I wanted to take 2 different documents and test them for contracts. So I purposely made 2 documents side by side, one that was a good deal and one that was a bad deal. And I presented both of them, and I'll show you how you can do this. You go ahead and go to the document library here, and you can drop those in. And now, when you select them in our document library in Acorn XL, you press send to Boardroom.
Welcome to the Boardroom. I'm Mars, your host. I see you've brought 2 documents for comparison. Document SIC Investment Agreement and Document BIC Investment Agreement. The Boardroom is ready to analyze and compare them. How would you like us to approach this? Invite guests by name. DeepSeek, what do you think? Or Claude, your perspective.
So what we're going to do here is I'm just going to make this one easier. DeepSeek and Claude, I would like you to review these documents and tell me which one of them is the better deal. Just give me the basic overview of which one would be good and which one would be bad in a contract. Send.
Here's my quick take. Document B, Standard Safe, is the clear winner. It's founder friendly with 7% equity for $500,000. Same as Doc C. No board seat for YC. No operation.
So for the sake of time, I'm going to discontinue them talking. But say we want to have the debate for this, we simply press the debate button. Which document is better? Start debate.
Debate mode activated. Topic. Which document is better? Pro team will argue for. Con team will argue against. Pro team. Present your opening argument. Document B is the better deal because it's the only viable deal. Document C isn't just bad, it's a founder's death sentence. The terms in C. Personal asset liens. 5-year non-compete. 17% equity.
So now if you like, when they're producing this material, when they're giving their arguments, you can press the fast forward button and it'll move on to the next individual AI so that you can move through the conversation at will. This way, if you have already read what they're having to say and you want to get to the point, you can just fast forward as you like. And this is a very handy feature if you are pressed for time but you're still trying to come to conclusions. You can produce it in such a way that you can call a vote. So I'm going to call a vote. Which document should I agree to? Going to call the vote now.
Prioritize founder-friendly growth, making it the clear choice. Document C's harsh terms are a necessary evil for YC's investment. Founders must prove commitment. Document B's
So
number
there we go.
100% confidence. Document C's overly restrictive and predatory terms, including personal guarantees and excessive investor control, make it a significantly riskier and less desirable choice compared to the standard and founder-friendly terms of Document B.
So what you can see here is that these individual, every time an explanation is given why they're voting one way or another for something, you'll see right here the confidence score. And look at this. I made a document that was clearly favoring document B. And so document C is the bad one. And all of them are saying, no, don't take this contract. This is a bad contract. So this is a real world example of something that you might actually need to do where you're trying to work something out, and you can take up to 2 documents and submit them, have a debate about their value. You can have everyone give a vote, and in the end, you actually have a synopsis. And look at this here at the end. You can see here that the vote results out of 7 are all no. So the outcome is no, don't take document C. And then of course, if you wanted to, if you asked to generate a document, it would write you up a document to discuss this. One other thing that I did, which I thought was really cool, that's really wonderful for people using this boardroom feature now in Acorn XL, is I actually submitted my resume and I had them pretend like they were board members interviewing me. And I will tell you, the questions that they asked when they were pretending to be interviewers were very hard. They were to the point. And because you have 7 different angles that they're coming from, you really feel that intensity. So these are real world applications, especially for small groups of people, small companies, creatives, anyone who needs to have a private space where they're working out ideas, where it's not shared, it's not data scraped. That's exactly what this is for. Acorn XL is a executive level tool that gives you an army of AIs that are working only for you on your behalf. Even the AIs that come from other companies, when they come in, they are given a limited amount of space and context, so they don't get the perpetual memory that comes with Acorn XL when you're working with Kronos or Mars, which are our own AIs. Our own AIs have perpetual memory. They'll remember what you talked about the day before. They know you, they know your context, they know your desires and things like that. But when you have guests come in, they are prompted to know the situation. They actually know that they are guests here. So this is why we call it the boardroom. It's like inviting people to your business, you bring them to the boardroom and you have a conversation. You can download Acorn XL for free right now on Mac OS. You can start out with the boardroom with our $30 subscription plan, and I think it's money well spent for document comparison, for group discussions, for nonstop live discussion, all of the other features that we already have on Acorn XL, and to produce documents at will. My name is Gabriel Roberts with Acorn Mobile, and let's get started. Be blessed.